Justin Minces is our producer. I'm David Resnick. Our referees, Aloysius Johnson, Nicholas D'Ambrosia, and we are underway as Division gets the first possession. There's Stewart in the white jersey, throwing it away for the round for Reifler. And Garden City has an early 2-0 lead as Becky Reifler, coming off of a game-high 22 points in that 59-38 win over Roslyn in round one. And a couple of turnovers to begin the game for Division. Reifler had 22, Riccio had 17 and 8. And Anthony Sparacia, the Garden City head coach, saying there's so much depth and competitive balance in Class A this year, we were nervous heading into that matchup. Just underway from Division High School. Out to Taylor Carpentier. That pass is taken away. Taylor Calabrese. She runs the floor. Off to Freesley and draws the contact to get 2 free throws. So Jessica Fresley to the line for 2 after a 17 and 13 double-double in a 66-52 win over Island Trees. On the team, we cuts the deficit to just 2-1. We mentioned during the starting lineups the way that Fresley has gone from a freshman to sophomore. That's part of the reason why Steve Kassane thinks that this year could be a little different from last year's 44-43 Garden City victory. Becky Reifler opens up at the point guard spot, off to Samantha Riccio. Launches a 3. That's too strong. The Carraher offensive rebound blocked away, but a third chance for Garden City, and that's swatted. Laura Stewart comes up with a loose ball, running with it a minute 15 into the opening quarter. Both schools on vacation this week, able to focus just on basketball. Backdoor look inside, but Blymeyer unable to convert. Tied up at 2, Becky Reifler for Garden City. Dribbling it up, has the only field goal of the game. Of her 23 points, 17 came in the third quarter of the last game, and she scored the first 11 of the second half for Garden City. Carpentier, three-sport athlete, called for the travel. The pressure for Garden City, and Reifler comes up with the steal. Kick out for D'Angelo. Yes! That's a deep 2 and a 4-2 Garden City lead. They need to create offense from their defense and their steals from their full court pressure. Here they get one in the half court. Off to Reifler. Riccio. Euro step and draws the foul. It's the first team foul called against Division. It's against Taylor Calabrese. And Samantha Riccio, the 4-year varsity player, is a junior, steps to the line. Conference Player of the Year a season ago. Garden City again in second place this season behind Wantagh, losing a couple of close games to the Warriors in the regular season. Blymeyer breaks the press, off to Fresley, misses the foul line jumper, and it goes to the Trojans. 6-2 Garden City lead. Less than 3 minutes into the first quarter. Quarterfinal action in the 5th-seeded Garden City, 4th-seeded Division in a playoff rematch from a season ago. Last year, this was the 3-6 matchup as the Carraher travels. That win for Garden City. Garden City was Anthony Sparacia's 200th career win in his 12 years as the Trojans head coach. Stewart controls, Riccio on her. Division not incredibly deep. This is the 5 you'll see most of the day. Fresley got caught underneath the basket. D'Angelo has already hit one. This one comes up short. And an uncontested rebound down to the sophomore, Fresley. Stewart hesitates. Reifler the steal. Ahead of the pack for the layup. Second steal and score for Becky Reifler. Garden City has raced out to an 8-2 lead, and Division calls timeout. Garden City applying the pressure. Taylor Carpentier gets 2 hands on it and deflects it out of bounds. The Trojans' pressure will relent as the Blue Dragons are now in the half court. So out of the Blue Dragon timeout. Backdoor look. Reifler, no. Fresley the offensive board, and a jump ball called, and the Trojans get the possession arrow. It appears that both teams break the timeout with the same 5 on the floor. Becky Reifler has an early 4 points. She takes it up the floor for Garden City, who leads 8-2. All 5 starters returning from Garden City from the championship team last year. Hand off to McCarraher. Out to Oricchio, who spots up. Front iron, no. And Laura Stewart clears the rebound for Division. She had a double-double with 12 and 15 in the opening round. That 14-point win over 13-seeded Island Trees. Reifler on the baseline draws the contact on the floor. That call against McCarraher. Reifler gets her hands in there again. Off to D'Angelo. To Oricchio, left-handed. Tapped around and pulled away by Aquila. But running up the floor, feeling the Trojans bearing down on her, she double dribbles. Division is still without a field goal, just a couple, only 2 points. She's been on this team for 4 years. Another steal, Reifler to D'Angelo, and Oricchio finishes the break. Division needs another timeout as Garden City has taken a 12-2 lead. It's a 10-0 run for Garden City. It rings out for her. Offensive rebound, Laura Stewart. And maybe that's the spark Division needs to turn the tides here a little bit. First field goal came with 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Both coaches stress the importance of rebounding. Division has a little bit of a size edge. McCarraher, a long 2 with her foot on the line. 4 different players for Garden City has tallied a point. Garden City continues their relentless defense. Fresley, turnaround with the left hand. 5-10, soft Fresley. D'Angelo rattles it down. She leads the way with 6 early points. missed a couple of times earlier from that spot, and the senior captain finally puts one down. Lead cut to 7 at 69 Garden City, final minute of the first quarter. McCarraher long on the answer, and Calabrese runs it up the floor. Inside, Presley, between two defenders, lays it in. Jessica Presley has 6. Just a 5-point deficit for division. As Samantha Oricchio will hold for the final shot. Shot clock off. And now 10 seconds to go in the first frame. Oricchio off the Carpentier screen. To Reifler. Too strong. Seconds remain. Presley will run out of time before she can fling one up off the backboard. So Garden City raced out to a 12-2 lead, but Division finding its stride in the final couple minutes of the quarter. And the Trojans lead 16-11 after 1. Nassau County Class A quarterfinals. This 5 matchup as we welcome you back to Division High School. The Blue Dragons of Division, the 4 seed, Garden City the 5. And it's the Trojans that lead 16-11 to begin the second quarter. Division ended the quarter, the last 2:34, on a 9-4 run to cut the deficit in half. Picked up by Blymeyer. Reifler, another steal. Had 12 in the first round, takes it to the basket, left it short. D'Angelo the offensive rebound, and Garden City maintains possession. Shot clock reads 30. Never reset after the Trojans stole it away. Reifler, Oricchio, Carpentier, McCarraher, and D'Angelo as Carpentier gets the soft roll. All 5 starters have scored for Garden City. Reifler pokes it away at the top of the press. Division recovers. Aquila! Kristen Aquila has a pair of 3-pointers, and it's 18-14 Garden City. McCarraher off the curl. The lefty runner no good. Laura Stewart has another rebound. Off to Calabrese, Presley, Blymeyer, and Aquila in the lineup. Starting 5 out there for the Blue Dragons. They have trailed the entire way except for a moment where they tied it up at 2. Count it on the continuation for Stewart. Took the bump from Becky Reifler and finished the shot. Division to within 1. Run to open up the quarter. Overall, it's a 15-6 run. Since Steve Cassane had to call his second timeout in the first quarter. Oricchio on the dribble, splits the defense. Carpentier tracks down the miss. McCarraher fights it away from Aquila. And D'Angelo is ready to shoot. Oricchio is blocked. Great defense by Blymeyer. A chance for Division to take the lead. Quick release, and another 3! It's the 3rd trifecta for Kristen Aquila. And Division has its first lead of the game. It's a 9-2 run in this quarter. 18-6, dating back to the first. Calabrese just rims out to Garden City. Our first sub, it comes from Garden City, and Michaela Bruno, the sophomore, will enter the game. Samantha Oricchio gets a breather, stays on her feet at the end of the bench, and now walks to a spot close to the front. Just trying to gather herself. The Carraher. No. And then Calabrese the rebound. She'll look to push to Fresley. Cross court. Aquila. Quick release, no, that was wide right. She has 3 3-pointers already. Back to the Carraher, to D'Angelo. And another rebound for the guard, Calabrese. 2018 division. Inside to Stewart, collects, but misses the layup. Tracks down her own miss. Fresh shot clock for division. And then a Reifler call for the hold. That's the second against Becky Reifler. Division trailed by as many as 10. They're on an 18-6 run. And Stewart is fouled in the act of shooting. Against Reifler. And that could be the third. The line as the defending champs trail 27-19. Welcome back to Division High Schools. The Blue Dragons will begin the second half on defense. They have the 8-point lead against the Trojans, the 2013 Nassau County champs. Oricchio rings in a 3, and that's a good sign for Garden City. Their star player failed to score in the second quarter, and Samantha Oricchio has the first bucket of the second half. Laura Stewart on the drive, unable to hit. Division ended the first half on a 25-7 run. Presley lost it, kept alive by Blymeyer. Stewart in the paint. More contact and no call, with the shot clock down to 5. Presley forces one up, and it goes off of Samantha Oricchio out of bounds. Garden City scored just 3 points in the second quarter, and they got that many on the first possession. Shot clock expires as the Blue Devils only had a second to put it up on the rim. Becky Reifler re-enters the game for Garden City with her 3 fouls. Taylor Carpentier, Carrie McCarraher, Tara D'Angelo, and Samantha Oricchio, the 5 on the floor for the Trojans. Taylor Calabrese, Jessica Fresley, Erica Blymeyer, Kristen Aquila, and Laura Stewart, the 5 for division. Blymeyer with the left hand gets her first field goal. Back to a 7-point lead for the Blue Dragons. It was Kristen Aquila who scored a game-high 11 in the first half. And the Blue Dragons used their starters for all but about a minute and a half of that first half. Oricchio on the drive. Scoop shot is in. And whatever she did during halftime, she is refocused and putting the ball in the basket. Stewart fade away. Cleared by Carpentier. The Carraher forced into the turnover. 29-24. 2:15 elapsed into the second half. Division trying to get back to the county finals. Here we are in the quarters, a 4 versus 5 matchup. Lots of chalk in the opening round in Nassau County. Carpentier the last to touch on the inside. Into Stewart, a multi-year starter. Calabrese left it short. Another rebound on the inside for Taylor Carpentier, who had 8 in the first round. Up ahead to Blymeyer. 1-on-3. Stops from the elbow and misses the jumper. Oricchio in transition drains it. She is a different player this quarter. Just a 3-point game. Off the steal, 2-on-1. Carpentier to the bucket. D'Angelo, a second chance, no. A third try off the rim. And Tara D'Angelo to the line for 2. D'Angelo, a 2-year captain, all-county player a season ago, I should say. Her future collegiately is at Villanova playing lacrosse. 1 of 2 for Tara D'Angelo. The deficit cut to 2. Breaking the pressure. Aquila, quick release from 3, no good. Stewart got her hand on the offensive rebound, but it touched the baseline. Becky Reifler, a bit shaken up, but will remain in the game. And she's done a good job of staying out of foul trouble here in the third quarter. 4:30 to go in the third. An 8-2 run. Oricchio open for 3. Short and to division. So an 8-2 stretch here for Garden City to close to within 2. That Oricchio tray would have given the Trojans the lead. Into the middle and taken away. Oricchio has been on this team since the 8th grade. Slicing down the lane. Carpentier there to clean it up. It's a tie game, 29 all. Steve Kissane of Division will call timeout as the 8-point halftime lead has evaporated. Player here in the third quarter struggled in the second. He's got 7 points already in this frame and has helped Garden City tie it up at 29. She had a game-winning jumper last year with 4.9 seconds left and led Garden City with 16 points. Here today, she's the only Trojan in double figures. Spots up from 3. That's deep. D'Angelo the long rebound. McCarraher a long 2, and that won't give Garden City the lead. 3:25 to go in the third. 10-2 run for Garden City and a foul. I believe that is assessed to Kerry McCarraher. Screen long for Calabrese, but it stays with the Blue Dragons. Division A playoff team perennially under Steve Kissane. Spent a quarter of a century leading the division. makes it sound a lot longer than just 25 years. Carpentier, the contested rebound, rips it away. Reifler, a transition three, and Garden City has the lead. Stewart dribbling. And a traveling, oh no, a help ball call, I beg your pardon. Into Fresley. More of a post player, but it goes to Stewart, and she lays it in. Timely bucket for Laura Stewart. Just the second field goal for division. Off of Stewart's foot. Shot clock at 12. Riccio just notices. Accelerates to the corner for McCarraher. Three-pointer is good. Four-point lead for Garden City.
Sit down, you've got every other ball.
Miscommunication off the inbounds. So while division is back-to-back league champs, Garden City has secured 16 wins in 7 straight years. They're 16-2 after their first round victory. Minute 35 to go, third quarter. Carpentier off the fake. Stewart dribbling, double team. Reifler rips it away, but did so by standing on the sideline. Becky Reifler comes out for the final 123. Michaela Bruno comes in as Anthony Sparacia tries to nurse the 3 fouls against Reifler. Carpentier gets her hands on it but can't save it. She broke up that cross-paint pass intended for a player underneath the basket. Tough to get one through against this 2-3 zone. Into Fresley. She's trapped. Riccio. Lost the handle. Saves it to D'Angelo. Stewart racing down off the rebound. And scoring. Two-point game. 45 seconds left. Third quarter. 35-33 in favor of Garden City. Big swings in this game. Riccio contested from the elbow. Buries it. Shot clock off. 25 seconds to go. Stewart running in. Count it! And the foul! Carpentier standing underneath the basket. Wanted the charge, but it's Stewart with a chance for the three-point play. He won the county title a year ago. They defeated division in the quarterfinals. They have a 39-36 lead in this year's quarterfinals, trying to repeat as county champs. Riccio stuttered. Fresley, who worked the post well in the first half, as the teams trade turnovers here in the fourth quarter. This is what you would expect from these two teams as they play each other now for the third time in the last 4 years in the playoffs. Last year was a one-point game, and just by seedings, they're close. McCarraher misses the mark from three. Taylor Calabrese gets the rebound, and up the court they go. But Garden City gets the turnover. McCarraher called for the player control foul. There's a 3-on-2 break, and the Trojans could not execute. Calabrese, tough jumper. 1-point game with less than 7 minutes to go in regulation. D'Angelo steps into a long two. Rebound down to Aquila. She had 11 first half points. Aquila has it here, but none here in the second half. Carpentier with good hands. McCarraher is the trailer to an open D'Angelo. Stewart the other way, a bit out of control, throws it up off the glass, and Division has the lead back. For every shot Samantha Oricchio was making for Garden City, Laura Stewart had the answer for Division, and the Blue Dragons are back on top. Timeout Garden City after the foul charge to Erica Blymeyer of Division. .50 to go in the fourth. Oricchio shoots it into a court. That ends the play and gives it back to Division. Don't see that a lot in basketball, maybe a few times in volleyball. Stewart from the elbow. Deflects into the hands of Becky Reifler. McCarraher, long two, knocks it in. Anthony Sparacia talks a lot about the secondary break. The first look to Reifler wasn't there. McCarraher was left open straight away. Inside, Calabrese, what a nice floater. Off the dribble for the senior. Lead goes back and forth, 42-41 Division. 5 minutes to go. Reifler, her floater rings out. Tie up off the rebounds. Division doing a much better job breaking the press. Blocking foul against Carpentier. Carpentier is racking up the fouls. And Erica Blymeyer to the line. Cassane said that home court's a little overrated. Garden City beat us here last year in the same spot, but the Blue Dragons, even during vacation, having a large, boisterous crowd to try to help them pull it out. They're up 3 here in the fourth. 4:25 to go. Oricchio off the iron. Garden City led by 3 to begin the fourth. 6-point swing in favor of the Blue Dragon. Calabrese travel. Good Garden City defense denied the entry feed to Fresley, posting up. Both teams using their starting 5. Fatigue must be setting in. If not physical, certainly mental in this close game. Reifler. Got it! What a headsy play to take the elbow 2 off the pump fake. Garden City to within 1. 3:20 to go. That's against Reifler. By our count, that's number 4. Said a moment ago it was 3:20 left. It was actually 3:28. A view of the scoreboard is blocked, so 3:24 to go here in the fourth. Carpentier has been great for Garden City on the defensive glass. A chance for Garden City to go back up. Listen, Aquila guarding Oricchio. Off the screen into the paint. And Oricchio's layup doesn't hit even the backboard. She's a player that's getting looks from Division I to Division III. The Ivies are starting to get involved. Providence of the Big East has made an inquiry as well. Here's Oricchio. Garden City down 1. Oricchio frees herself for an open look. No good. Carpentier and Stewart battling for the board. And it's the senior Laura Stewart that gets it up to Aquila for 2. Big swing there as the Vision has reclaimed a 3-point lead. 46-43. Timeout Garden City. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining, and Anthony Sparacia will take a full timeout to discuss his 3-point deficit. Off the Garden City timeout. 2:15 to go in the fourth. Reifler along 2. Wide right. Off the rebound, Division possession. Garden City, though, with the dead ball situation, has a chance to set up their 1-2-2. Carpentier takes a chance. Stewart lost it and then commits the foul. Just a 1-possession game, 46-43, Division leads. Just around the same scoring as last year's 44-43 game. Stewart to steal. Just slow it up to Presley. Carpentier clears it for Garden City and then is fouled after the rebound. Just the fourth team foul against Division. Side out of bounds for Division. This Garden City team, especially its seniors, Tara D'Angelo and Taylor Carpentier, only know about winning. They've reached the county finals in the 3 previous years, winning twice. Not to mention all the success these players have on the soccer, field hockey, and lacrosse teams. The Carraher driving. The kick out to Oricchio. That shot was partially blocked. Rebound by Stewart, as Garden City has not been able to get a clean look. 1 possession game with a minute left. That's the 17th foul against Garden City. And Laura Stewart goes to the line 1-1. Garden City looked to foul instead of playing it straight up. Both teams have been scoreless the last minute 30. Big rebound for Taylor Carpentier. Out to Oricchio. They don't need a 3, but McCarraher was looking for it. Garden City calls timeout. 45 seconds left, and Anthony Sparacia will use this time to draw up a play. Garden City trails by 3 with plenty of time left on the 4th quarter clock. Garden City trails by 3. D'Angelo gets it into McCarraher. Oricchio off the screen is fouled shooting a 3. 40.4 seconds left. The Trojans looking for the 3 out of the timeout. And their 2-time All-County player with a chance to tie at the line. Oricchio taking her time walking around. Struggled in the first half. Had a strong 3rd quarter and gets the friendly bounce for her first point in the 4th. She leads all scorers with 16. Oricchio makes the 2nd. Garden City to within 1. Oricchio has tied it up at 46 all. Her free throws got better as she shot them. 46 all. Inside for Jessica Presley. What a look on the interior. Division up by 2. Reifler no. Carpentier with a chance off the rebound misses. 15 seconds left. Division up by 2, and Garden City forced a foul. The Blue Dragons got the look off the press break. And Jessica Presley, who did not score in the second half up until that point, or just had a single free throw, I beg your pardon, made the basket, and now Taylor Calabrese to the line. 1-1 in a 2-point game. The senior steps up and calmly makes it a 3-point game. 12.6 to go. Both teams with timeouts remaining. Calabrese makes both. Crucial free throws. Oricchio with 9 seconds to go. Her 3 attempt off the back iron. Stewart the rebound. 6-all. Jessica Fresley with the layup to answer, and Taylor Calabrese has made 2 free throws. It's a 1-1 for Laura Stewart, another senior with a chance to put this game away. Taylor Carpentier has fouled out. Won a state championship this fall as a member of the girls soccer team. Stewart 1-1. No. Reifler the rebound with seconds winding down. Launches it up for 3. And there will be a new champion in Nassau County Class A. A year after losing close to the buzzer with time winding down on its home floor, Division returns the favor. The Blue Dragons execute down the stretch and win 50-46 to knock off the defending champs. A game of swings, and Division did enough down the stretch to pull out the 4-point win. On to top-seeded North Shore, but Division avenges a loss in the quarterfinals last year by taking down Garden City on its home floor this year.